intro song. This is an intro song. This is an intro song. Doo doo doo. Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Must Be Free TV, one of the very few podcasts where two guys get on mics and talk shit about stuff that you can watch for free. How are you, Victor?
I'm doing well, Martin. How about yourself?
I didn't believe that for a hot second.
I do my best.
How are you doing, Victor?
I'm doing great, Martin. That was so much worse, wasn't it?
Wow. Okay. I thought we had a pretty decent relationship
Oh my
where we could
god.
be honest with each other about what we're feeling, but
Uh-huh.
I'm just learning today that we're not there yet.
Oh my god.
But I just hope that we can get there soon.
I hope so too. Good, yes.
So you admit we're not there yet.
Oh my god. I didn't expect to get mean girls today. Mean girled? Is that the right conjugation? Who can say?
Wow, can't even grammar.
I know.
Anywho, Victor,
Yes.
do you know what we watched for this week's episode?
What did we watch?
We watched The Invisible Man. Not the movie, unfortunately, but a TV series
Mm-hmm.
also called The Invisible Man.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, episode 7 of season 1, Shadow on the Screen,
Mm-hmm.
which I just now realize why that title is relevant.
I'm also, yes, now thinking about that. But yeah, I guess it is a accurate episode title, right?
I mean, yeah, but it's only relevant for one scene.
Correct.
And
Yes.
then never thought about again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know what the answer to this is going to be. But Victor, what is your experience/history with the Invisible Man?
With the Invisible Man. So this is the first time I learned that this show existed.
Uh-huh.
I was delighted to learn that something like this existed. I am a big sci-fi book nerd reader, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it's been a while since I've read the original story, but it's fun, right? But yeah, I had no idea that this existed. I am a big Twilight Zone fan, which this kind of had kind of similar vibes ish, in except for I don't know,
Everything?
except for a lot of things, yeah. But yeah, that is my only relationship with
I don't know how to feel about that.
that.
Actually, what I do? Fuck you. How dare you say that shit about the Twilight Zone? How dare you compare the Twilight Zone to this?
Is this just because it's black and white sci-fi from a similar era? Is that the only way? Is that the only comparison?
Is that all it takes? Is that all it takes?
Low standards again, right? Just low standards of
Okay.
comparison.
Wow.
But yes, what is your experience with this? Because you chose this episode.
Yes, I did, and I chose it for one reason and one reason only. The description of this episode reads, Peter must board a Russian trawler to rescue a sailor. And I say Russian because, for some reason, the description spells Russian with 5 U's.
Oh my god.
I would say that's a typo, but I don't think it is.
It's not, according to my experience with this episode at all. Oh my god.
Yes, because this episode is filled with so many authentic Russians and authentic Russian accents.
Dear Lord.
I mean, granted, much more authentic than whatever that accent was that I just did to say Russian. But I still think there's room to judge.
Mm-hmm.
There's always room to judge.
There's always room to judge. Oh my god.
Exactly. But my history with The Invisible Man, I had no idea that this show existed until it just happened upon my eyeballs in the Pluto TV on-demand catalog. But The Invisible Man in general, I love him. He is my favorite of the Universal monsters. Not for anything he really did, because he's a terrible guy.
Wasn't that the Thriller where he is abusing his girlfriend?
I think that was the most recent adaptation of it, which I think is also Universal. But not that version. I don't know. Fuck that guy.
Okay.
I'm talking about OG bandage face in a smoking jacket and lounge pants. Actually, no, he's in some pretty nice pants and loafers and just being bad.
I see. I see.
I see that was like it's not quite Disney villain, but it gives Disney villain adjacent. It's like they're not on the roster, but they would be invited as a plus one to the Halloween party, you know?
Mm-hmm. Is it like flamboyant character design plus like kind of a vibe, like a queer coded Disney villain vibe? Is that
Yes, plus murder. And
ah
it's
good,
really the murder that just, gets me going.
good, 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 good. Yes.
But also just the idea that, oh, y'all ain't gonna catch me. I'm about to strip.
Yes.
And he
Okay.
just goes completely nude. And and that's his secret ability.
Oh my god. I was very curious about how this worked too. I was like, is he just naked now? Is this the premise of the show? I don't think it is, but we'll get into that.
I don't think it is either. And there's a part like midway, actually, like yeah, like about halfway through, where I don't think he actually gets nude. That they make you think that for what I don't know, but
Right.
we're gonna get to that.
Unclear.
Let's go ahead and jump into the episode.
Okay.
We start off with the intro, which honestly I don't have much to say about it. It's an intro. We're in a lab and we zoom around the lab, and then comes the Invisible Man, bandage face and all. You can see he does not have his glasses on, so you can
Mhm.
see through the eye holes, and there's
Yes.
nothing there directly to the back of the bandages. It also looked like it was kind of unwrapped at the top to show that he can't see the top of his head, but
Yes.
okay, so that wasn't just me.
No, I feel like that was very deliberate for the effect. And like I really liked all of the like props and the special effects through this episode. Like they really feel like they lean hard into like he's an invisible man, kind of like pulpy sci-fi kind of deal. And I thought that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like that they didn't seem to take any of it too seriously.
No, absolutely not.
Like this was very much secret agent man, but he's invisible, and
hmm
that's kind of the beginning and the end of the premise.
Yes, yes. Like he doesn't have any extra powers, right? He's not like super strong or anything. He's just invisible.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't know about that. There were parts where it seemed like he had gorilla strength,
Yes. Yes.
and it didn't seem to make a lot of sense. Maybe that was part of the invisification process. Wow,
Yeah.
what that's not even a word.
That's a good
Um,
70s sci-fi word though. Oh my god.
but I'm imagining that it has at least similar setup to the original story where he took like a formula that
Mhm.
turned him invisible because
Mhm.
he's a scientist, he's constantly working in a lab, so it's like, okay, maybe I assume that, but maybe it had extra side effects. I don't know. We can discuss that in a little bit.
Good.
But we're past the intro. We cut to a Russian boat, the name of which they say several times, but I did not catch it once.
I also did not catch it any of the times I said it.
And part of the reason for that is because this episode does not have subtitles on Pluto TV.
Mm.
And there are a lot of accents, let's say, that don't, you know, uh, make it easy to understand what you're saying. I'll leave it at that.
Uh-huh. And these are like purely artificial accents, right? Like none of this is like the actors' accents. It's all just like they're doing the most things.
That's a good question. I think like the English accents are probably real.
Yeah.
The one I think Irishman that was like, yeah, that sounded pretty accurate to me.
Mhm.
It's really the Russian slash Eastern European accents that seemed a bit put on, but
Yes.
I don't have proof that they were. I just know that, just going by the time period, they probably weren't too keen on hiring actual Russian
I
actors,
had not thought of that, but oh my god, yes.
just as a guess.
Yep.
And they probably had some locals putting on their best. Zangief
Oh
accent.
my god. But yes. Okay, so the ship. They're on the ship.
Yes, back to the ship. So we cut to a because these characters I didn't get names. So this first guy with a gun, his name is Dude. Uh, he's wearing a sweater. Actually, they're all wearing sweaters. I guess the weather that makes sense. But whatever. He has a gun. That's what we know about him. He has a gun, and he's walking around casually on the ship. Now, at first, I thought this was our
Me
protagonist
too.
because he got so much time just walking around the ship. There's like, okay, this guy must be really important. Turns out he's absolutely not. Instead, after like a couple minutes, we see a guy standing higher above on the ship in a darker sweater. This man turns out to be Stefan or Mr. Was it Vasa?
Vaza, I think? Yeah.
Vaza. Yes. So Mr. Vaza or Stefan, who is hiding from other people on the ship, but as far as we can see right now, just the guy with the gun. So at first, I thought that Stefan was a bad guy who was trying to like sneak up on Gun Dude and murder him.
Mm.
I was very wrong. It turns out that Stefan is trying to escape Eastern Europe.
Mm-hmm. God. Very specific point in time, like plot line. Yes.
You know, I should have guessed. I should have guessed going in that this is what we were getting into, but I I'll admit I was taken off guard. But Stefan sneaks his way past Gun Dude and jumps off the ship. But when he jumps off, Gun Dude notices him and tells all his other dude friends, like, "Hey, dude jumped off the boat. Go get him!" And they're chasing Stefan. And Stefan is trying to get to a woman in a car who we later find out is his wife, named Sophia. Right? Sophia.
Sonia. Sonia?
It was Sonia the entire time.
I think I have Sonia. I think that was in the credits, which is the only way I got any of the names.
That is so crazy. You watched the credits?
But like I wanted, they were not long.
So that's not the problem, Victor. The problem was that the episode was over and I needed to go cleanse
Oh
myself.
my god. I mean, fair.
I mean, okay, I'm exaggerating. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. It's just very pulpy.
Yes.
It was just I think I had expectations set a lot higher than this show was trying to meet.
Yes. Yes.
So that's on me. I really do think that's on me. But Sophia is wait, Sonia?
Sonia.
Sonia. Okay, we're going to go with Sonia. Sonia is sitting in a car waiting on her husband who is parkouring over fences and
Mm-hmm.
garbage cans and he gets to the car and then tries to get in but stops and waits for the bad guys to grab him.
Yes. Correct.
The fuck was that?
Unclear. I like could he have just escaped? Also, is okay, this is set in the UK, so his wife is in the driver's seat, right? Because she's on the right-hand side of the car. So,
Yes.
like she
Yes.
could have left with him, but she didn't for no reason, and she just sits there and screams.
I mean, okay, so okay, to be clear, he gets to the car and then is like entering it and is like basically in the car, but he just kind of freezes
Mm.
and waits for the people to come grab him. Or I was like, okay, so you didn't actually want to leave.
Right. Is this just like an acting staging thing, you think?
I think so. I think because if it was maybe timed a little better, just as he gets to the car, they would have grabbed him and yanked
Right.
him back.
Right. Okay. Okay.
And I think he got to the car a little too fast. At least that's what I think happened.
Yeah.
It didn't look intentional. I could see the vision of what they wanted,
Yes.
but the timing just wasn't right. So they yank Stefan out of the car and start beating the absolute shit out of him.
Right. Oh
While
my
his
God.
wife just kind of looks on for a couple seconds before she finally screams.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't get to scream for long because Russian captain, who I also do not have the name
Nope.
of,
Me neither.
comes up behind her, covers her mouth, and Wait, do I have it in my notes?
Because, like,
Hold on.
I thought that meant she got captured too, but she didn't. They just let her go?
Yeah, so they we're jumping ahead, but they actually we'll hold off on that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's a spoiler, Victor.
Ooh,
Well, we
spoiler.
don't want to we don't want
Don't
to
mix up the story, the
give
plot
away
line.
too much too soon from this very amazing episode
Oh
of
my
TV.
god.
Um, but yes, so Russian counter dude pops up behind her, covers their mouth, and says, "Ha ha 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 ha! He tried to escape in New York, but now he's ours,"
Hmm.
or something like that. I can't do a Russian accent.
They couldn't either. Don't worry too much at
No,
all.
I know. Oh, they were doing their best. They were doing their
They were
best.
doing their best. Oh my god.
I hope so.
Yeah.
So we cut away, and now we're at Castle Hill Laboratories, which is the home base of the Invisible Man.
Yes.
And he is having a conversation with Mr. Pratsky, who runs a refugee organization that tries to get people uh or tries to help people who are trying to escape from Eastern Europe.
Hmm. Sure. It's the 60s? 70s?
I'm gonna guess 60s.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna guess 60s. So Mr. Pratsky is pleading with the Invisible Man for him to help Steven escape from this Russian boat. And the Invisible Man says, "Why don't you just go to the fucking police?" Pratsky responds, "They can't do shit." I mean, they didn't say that. He essentially said that.
Yeah.
But he said they can't do shit and they're running out of options. And specifically, there are no legal options left. And the Invisible Man turns to him, "And you think I'm gonna do something illegal?"
Right? Like, damn, they are being real explicit that this is all extrajudicial, which is this is not really mentioned in like superhero stuff, right? Where it's like you can't actually do you can't just go and do things, right? Like,
That's the whole reason this shit is supposed to be interesting. You're doing illegal shit. You're
right,
going
true.
around the law to serve justice.
But I
Why?
guess he's also like a
Why would you?
government agent or something too. Like he has government contacts or something.
I don't know. Does he work for the government?
I don't know. I think he might or something. Unclear. But he only does legal things, at least on the surface.
Ah, because you can't even see his surface.
Oh no. Good. Yes, absolutely. Oh my
Oh, that's
god.
so dumb. So so Pratsky is still pleading, but the Invisible Man retorts with, "People escape from Eastern Europe all the time. I can't help all of them. If I tried to, I'd never get to my own work."
Right.
Which, cold, man. That is so
Right.
cold.
Like fair but cold. And like he's a scientist by trade? Question mark?
That seems to be the case because
Okay.
he has
Beakers and
whenever
test tubes.
he has test tubes, he works in a lab, he wears a lab coat. It's all real cute. It's all
Mhm.
on theme. So I
Mhm.
assume so. I assume so. Either, he's a professional scientist or he's working in a not so secret meth lab.
Mhm. Government meth lab.
Honestly, both valid options, I think.
Right. Oh my god. Uh,
As you can imagine, Pratsky is a little upset and says that he expected more of the Invisible Man. But the Invisible Man is like, "Well, yeah, of course you did. I have a superpower, and everyone just wants me to do shit for them. And you know what? Honestly, fair.
right. Oh my
That
god.
is fair." Now, granted, I don't know what else you're doing that's so important that you just can't help this guy out, but the general sentiment I kind of get.
Right. Because is he a public figure too, I guess? Where people just know about him?
That's a real good question because there doesn't seem to be any point in time where, even though it should be weird to everyone that he's an Invisible Man, he doesn't really seem to hide
He
it.
really doesn't know.
He's like, "I'm invisible, that's hidden enough," but then he'll just talk to a lady in an elevator
Yes.
like it's normal.
Mhm.
He'll scream for help and say, "It's me. I'm the Invisible Man. It's
Yes.
me. Help! Help me! Help me! I'm the Invisible Man." Like,
Sure, why not, you know?
so I guess this isn't a secret identity because he also, when he's screaming for help, screams his real name.
Yes. Yes, that's true.
So this is not meant to be like covert,
No,
other than I guess
he's
he's invisible and
invisible.
walking into places, but
Uh-huh.
he's more than okay with people knowing who he is, which
God.
means they can also probably easily figure out where he lives, who he
Right?
cares about, and just fuck up his life.
Right. No secret identities for the Invisible Man. Like, oh my god. I feel like they say his name a lot too, like in public. He is Peter Brady, the Invisible Man? Sure. Sure.
Oh, is that his name? I did remember Brady. I don't remember them saying
I
Peter.
think so.
Okay, look, you know what? Like we said, no subtitles. We get to make up names.
Yes, we do.
Let's not forget, the Invisible Man does say, "I believe science has more to offer humanity than one man's freedom."
Oh, no. Damn, dude.
All right.
Ice cold. But then he does it anyway?
And there's no shift to explain why. It's not, it doesn't flow together. It feels like he just changes his mind on a whim. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, now I care. Why? Okay, wait. We're jumping ahead again.
Okay.
Okay. So Pratsky walks out in a huff, and in comes a new lady who I think her name is Dee.
Yes.
And from my understanding, she seems to be his partner in justice, partner in crime, lab
Mhm.
assistant, maybe.
Yes.
She shows up, I was like, "Who the fuck was that?" And he goes, "Oh, that's just Pratsky with the refugee fuckers. I'm going to call up the front desk and see if he was legit," which I guess hadn't been established before. So Pratsky just walked into your lab
No vetting at all.
and you just had a full on conversation with this man.
Sure did. Unclear.
I guess that supports the idea that everyone just knows who he is and where he is. He's just a public service.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They can just show up at his workplace. God.
It just doesn't make logical sense to me. But he gets on the phone with Sir Charles to ask if Protsky is legit. Charles is like, yeah, he's a refugee dude and he does all this shit and he's real cool. And then, yeah, I guess the man tells him he wanted me to do something illegal. What? He wants you to do something illegal? Don't tell me the details. Better I don't know.
That was a crazy line. Like, are you or are you not a government? Oh my
What?
god.
Okay. But like, same.
Right.
Because I'm not. I wasn't there. You're just telling me shit.
Right.
I don't want to be, seen as connected to any of this.
Oh my
I
god.
didn't hear none of that. I didn't hear none of that. I understand Charles's position
So
because if
sketchy.
y'all go down, why do I have to suffer?
Right. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I am on Charles's side here. So, all right, I'm just gonna call him the man from now on because I'm not gonna say the full name every time.
The Invisible Man.
But yeah, it's a mouthful. But the man decides that he has something to do, and we see him walk over to a table, disrobe, and start removing his bandages to go full invisible. And this is where I was fully convinced that from here on out, he was completely nude.
I was also very curious about that and also assumed the same thing.
Because they make a big showing of how he took off his shirt.
Right. Oh my god.
So clearly, to me, it's like, okay, so he is invisible. None of his clothes are invisible.
Right.
He hasn't invented like a super suit that goes invisible with him. So I'm just like, oh, I guess he's just naked this entire time. He's sitting ass first in this car that I'm
Yes.
sure has not been washed. It doesn't look like it's been
No.
cleaned. And he's just smoking a cigarette next to this lady in this car.
Yes. I really enjoyed the floating smoking cigarette, but I guess it did not move like he was smoking it. It just like hovers in the same point in the air, which is not how you smoke a cigarette. I think I don't have experience with this, but like it's fun, right? The cigarette's just floating in the air, lol.
Yeah, they're having fun with it.
Yeah.
I like how they're doing these little gags,
Yes.
but in universe,
He is
it
naked.
really like you are naked and you do not care if people see this and
Right.
think it's weird.
Oh my god, yeah.
At a stop sign, someone looks in and just sees a floating cigarette.
Yes.
Okay,
He does not care. There is no security. Oh my god.
so they're headed to the London docks to check out what's going on um with, I guess, this Russian boat and Stefan. Again, it's not really clear why he suddenly cares. I thought he didn't care. I don't understand why you would be so rude to Pratsky if you're just gonna go and investigate it anyway.
Mhm.
But while they're in the car and driving to the docks, they start to be tailed by bad people.
Bad guys in another car?
Yeah, we can just tell that they're bad because of the music that's playing.
Yes, actually, yes.
Um, but it's not really apparent who these people are. Now, I think it's a safe assumption that they're working with the Russian boat people.
Mhm.
The Russian boat
Oh
people,
my
like they're a
god.
whole different
I
species.
know, right?
But they're working with the Russian boat people, and they're going to try to catch the Invisible Man. Sure.
Why not?
So they get to the docks, and Dee gets out of the car to talk to a police officer and pretends that she's a reporter for the Daily Star.
Mhm.
Yeah, so she's a reporter, and she's there to do a story about Stefan being held prisoner on that ship, or about him just jumping off the ship, because I guess they don't know that he's actually trapped there yet.
Right.
But the police officer knows nothing about this, which I found
Mhm.
strange because I thought in the scene with Pratsky where he pulls out the newspaper, it talked about how a man tried to jump off the Russian boat but got taken back again.
So we should have, like, seen it in the newspaper at least? Unclear.
Yeah, it seems like no one else, at least that it shows up in that scene, knew about this, but it seems to be in the local papers. So I don't. And what else were they doing?
Unclear. Right, like, they were at the dock? It is their job to be at the dock? Maybe not late at night.
Was it at night?
Uh, that's also a very good question because I have no idea with black and white, filming. I thought it was supposed to be at night because they were sneaking around, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just wrong.
I thought it was during the day. It didn't look like it was supposed to be at night, but actually wait, maybe you're right cuz I think when Dee talks about what happened, she says, "Oh, there was a kerfuffle that happened last night." So maybe it wasn't night. I didn't read it as night at all.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought, but now that I think of the image, I don't think it looked like night at all. Cause black and white and lighting? Unclear.
Girl, I don't know.
I don't know.
So in comes random guy, and the sheriff asks, "Hey, did you see something?" Nah.
Like a random dock worker
Oh my
guy.
god! It's just a guy that pops through a gate. Is like, "Hey, did you see something?" Nope. But I did see a lady in a car over there.
Mhm.
Great. Okay, and then we leave.
Sure.
So we're back on the road. We're back to the smoking Invisible Man. They are going to see Stefan's wife, or Miss Vasa,
Yes.
Vasa, Varza, Vasa,
Vasa.
Vasa, Vasa with a Z.
With an S, Vasa, I think was in the credits.
Great. Okay, Vasa. They are headed off to the Strathholm Hotel, and they're still being followed by those creepy guys. Dee notices them and tells the Invisible Man, and he says, "I know we're being followed. I've known since we left the lab."
And he just didn't tell her.
Didn't
Damn.
say shit. Didn't say a word. Didn't think about her safety.
Nope.
Just like, no, I knew we were being followed.
Like, it's fine. I have everything under control, bro.
So this got me thinking, did he mean that he knew they were being followed while he was in the lab talking to Pratsky?
Uh,
Because that could explain why he was being so adamant about not helping. So that the people tailing them would think that he's not going to get involved.
no, I got the sense that he saw the tail when they left the lab and then just didn't say anything for no reason, I think.
I mean, that's very possible.
Like, it kinda makes sense plot-wise to, oh, it's the car tailing them again, and that's when he notices, but, like, that doesn't work with his comment, I don't know. It sounds very cool to say, like, "I knew we were being tailed," but, like, that's it. It just sounds very competent secret agent guy, but it doesn't actually make any sense at all.
I think you might have hit the nail on the head. I think a lot of this writing and a lot of this plot is just, wouldn't it be cool if this happened?
And it doesn't, like, glue together into a plot that is real coherent.
Like, no, it doesn't have to be cohesive. Just in that moment, it has to seem really fucking cool.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest, sometimes they nail it.
Right, right.
This shit about I knew that we were being followed, I just didn't say shit. Not one of those
No.
moments.
Just
It just makes you
nonsense.
look like an asshole.
Mhm.
All right. So the man tells Dee to just drop him off on the side of the road in front of the hotel and then keep driving to lead the bad guys in the other car away. Now, there is obviously a moment where the door opens and he gets out.
Yes.
Now, it was a populated street.
Yes.
And you're trying to tell me that no one saw a car door open by itself and close by itself
Mhm.
before a car drove off.
This is called minding your own business in public. I didn't see I anything that didn't directly concern me or something, I guess.
I can get behind that,
Right?
but I'd expect someone to have a
Yeah.
reaction before they come to
I
that.
see. Yeah, yeah. Nope, nope.
It's like, ooh, that was odd, but that's none of my business.
Oh my
Like,
god.
just something. But no, I guess just no one saw this really weird shit happen.
Mhm.
So the Invisible Man sneaks into the hotel, and while the receptionist has her back turned, he looks at the I guess check-in
Mhm.
logs to see where, wow, this is bad. Sonia?
Sonia.
Yes. I still want to call her Sophia. I know it's wrong.
I only got it from the credits again. So.
But he looks in the check-in logs to see where Sophia is. Sophia. Sophia. I'm just merging the names now.
Yep.
Where where Sonia is staying,
Uh-huh.
and then flips it back around before the receptionist turns back.
Another cool special effect with like objects move by themselves. Wow.
See, they had to get all this shit set up just because of this premise, and it is fun.
Right?
It's fun. My issue isn't with the concept. It's not. I don't have an issue with the fact that this is just an invisible James Bond.
Yes.
I I don't have an issue with any of that. I think that's so camp. I think that's so
Right.
fun. It's how they're using
I
it.
think so, yeah.
It doesn't feel like they're proceeding with a story where the fact that he is invisible is being kept in mind.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He needs to get to Sonia's floor.
You got it.
Finally, he gets into the elevator. Is about to go up, but then he holds the elevator for a woman and her dog who are trying to get to their room.
Mhm.
And so she walks in, and of course is like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I made it." He's like, "How are you doing?" And of course, no one's there.
Dun dun dun. But it's a very good comedy moment here.
It's very cute. It's very cute. I was expecting for something like this to happen at least once, and I think it was done fairly well.
Yeah.
So the Invisible Man gets off at his stop. The lady and her dog are having an emotional crisis
Mhm.
as they go up to their floor. The man starts peeking in to Sonia's room
Mhm.
where she is having a conversation with Pratsky about basically about the man denying their request.
Mhm.
and how that she is giving up hope on ever seeing her husband again. But then the Invisible Man enters the room and says, "Don't give up hope just yet." Which, fuck you, sir. Why do you suddenly care?
It's so unclear.
Like, you went off on this man about how science is more important than this one man's life. But suddenly, this one man's life is so important, and nothing has changed. Nothing has changed.
Nope.
I guess something else that kind of throws me off a little bit is that when he comes into the room and announces himself, where obviously no one can see him, neither of them are surprised or taken aback.
Right, or like
It's
freaked
just,
out, or like, what? Like, you're invisible.
right, right. They're just
Like,
like,
chill.
"Oh, you're here,"
Yeah.
like they can see him.
Right.
And I will say this, there are several moments where people approach him as if they can see him, as if they know the exact amount of space that he is taking up, like they're having a normal conversation, which, if he is invisible, you wouldn't know that.
Oh my god. There's another thing that happens at some points in the episode, and I feel like I noticed this kind of late, so I don't know how often this happens, but it's like the camera is sometimes framed with like a bunch of blank space where like the Invisible Man would be, and like the characters are like
Right,
in like a
right.
different part of the frame, and there's like space for where he should be, but there's nobody there, which is a very funny camera effect. And like very good attention to detail, really. But yeah.
Like, again, it adds to the fun
Yes.
that they have to acknowledge that a man has to be standing there.
Right.
It adds to the fun. I just need people to act like this is weird.
Right.
Because it's
They're
weird.
not
It's odd. Even if you know that this man exists, to actually interact with him for the first time should freak you the fuck out.
right, right. They are so chill.
It's so odd. Um, but Mr. Pratsky offers to drive the man back to the docks so that he can try to get onto the boat. So Mr. Pratsky and the man leave, but Sonia
Mhm.
turns to the phone and calls up who? But the Russian captain.
Yes.
Dun dun
Dun dun
dun.
dun.
It turns out that she has made a deal with the Russians for the release of her husband. And the terms of this deal is that she had to trick the Invisible Man to get on the boat.
Mhm.
Because the bad guys want the Invisible Man. Okay, well, I don't know why the Russians want him, but the other guy, who doesn't seem to be with the Russians but is partnering with the Russians, wants him so that they can have him for experiments, presumably so that
Yes.
they can recreate the invisibility
I
power.
assume so. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Experiments. Russian experiments. Sure.
Wait, hold on, Victor. I need you to explain what Russian experiments are.
Well, you see, they're like experiments, but the crucial factor is that they're Russian, so
Oh,
they're
wow. Yeah, yeah. Okay. And what does that exactly mean?
well, you see, Russia is a country in the '60s that there were a lot of geopolitical tensions
Uh-huh.
between the U.S. and Russia. I'm really glad I could clear this up for
Uh-huh.
you and the listeners.
Oh, man, I feel so much more educated. Were you a teacher in a
Oh
past
my
life?
god. uh, I can only hope.
So, we cut to the boat. I forget what this particular room in the ship is called where the captain is. It's not the captain's quarters because that's where he sleeps.
Yeah,
Is this just like the
helm.
steering room?
Is that
Look,
helm
showcasing
bridge?
my
Is
ignorance.
bridge for spaceships, or is that helm where you steer? I don't remember, but it has the steering
Do
wheel
you
and
steer in the
devices.
bridge?
I don't I don't know. I don't
I'm
know
not looking
enough.
this up.
Me neither.
No, if I'm
They're
gonna be this ignorant now, I'm gonna stay this way.
they're in the steering room, shall we say? Oh my god.
Yes, they are in the steering
Of
room,
the ship.
hunty.
Yes.
Yes. So the bad guys have made a radar in quotes, because I actually don't know if this is technically actually a radar,
Hmm.
but I don't know enough
They
to
said it was radar.
say it's not.
So
Well, no, they called it a radar, but I don't know if they're misusing it because I
Oh,
looked at it and went, "Is that I,
unclear.
that doesn't?" But maybe it is. Maybe it is. But anyway, one of them has invented a radar that will let them see the Invisible Man on the screen.
Mhm.
They go into a whole explanation about how it sends out particles and they're going to bounce off of him and they'll let them see it. And it's like, yeah, okay, blah, 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 blah,
Mhm.
blah, blah, nerd shit,
Mhm.
which I love nerd
Yeah, yeah,
shit,
yeah.
but not right now.
Nope.
I'm trying to watch the Invisible Man be invisible, which means I'm trying to watch nothing. Do you see what the problem
Right.
is?
I'm not trying to watch the man be visible. I want him to be invisible.
Exactly, so that I can see nothing.
Right. Oh my god.
Which I'm sure is some like very poetic way of describing the human
Mhm.
existence, but
Mhm.
I don't have a degree in that.
Oh my god.
So the captain says that they need the man to come quickly, or else they will have to wait another 8 hours. And I'm hoping that you caught this because I didn't understand what he said in terms of why they would have to wait eight
Oh,
hours.
I missed this completely, so I have no idea. I cannot help you.
Okay, great. I think what they said is that they have to move quickly, or the man needs to get there quickly, or else the tide will come in. And if the tide comes in, they'll have to wait 8 hours to try again. Now,
Sure?
they're on the water, so tide kind of made sense, kind of, sort of.
I guess so. Is this like a UK Thames River thing? Do they have to wait until the water's deep enough to go to the ocean? Is that
Wait. I think you're right. I think you're right. He didn't say tide. He said Thames.
Thames? Okay. Again, these
He said
accents.
Thames. Oh, Victor, look at you. Look at that knowledge.
Oh my
All
god.
that shit that I do not have
We're
and
just
I do not
we're
want.
no,
Thank you very
we're
much.
just cobbling together a understanding of what is happening here. Oh my god.
Precisely. Both of us together make a full brain.
Yes, correct.
Actually, that's not really fair. We make up more like a quarter of a
Yeah, yeah,
brain.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Full brain is too presumptuous. Oh my god.
Cut back to the docks. Pratsky and the man drive up, and the man gets out of the car invisibly
Mhm.
in order to infiltrate the ship invisibly.
Mhm.
The man opens the gate where the officer is standing right there and just walks on through. Again,
No
invisibly. But the
comments.
officer is confused. The gate just opened up and closed it back. But if we're running on the assumption that everyone knows that the Invisible Man is real and actually knows who he is, his government name, where he lives, what his favorite sandwich is like,
Mhm.
why would you not jump to, oh, Barry's here?
Right. God. So unclear.
Cut back to the steering room of the ship, and the bad guys are looking at the radar because they have it pointed at the gate with the idea that all they have to do is wait for the gate to open and there's only one person and you don't see it, but you can't see anyone there. That has to be the Invisible Man.
Mhm.
And so at first they're seeing a bunch of other people, but then they eventually do see the Invisible Man on the screen, where it is revealed that he is indeed wearing clothes. And not only is he wearing clothes, he's wearing a full overcoat.
Oh,
We can even make out his haircut.
yes. Okay. That that is a better description because I thought he was in like a nightgown and slippers. So, because it's like kind of blurry on the screen, right? On like the quote unquote radar screen. Um, but an overcoat makes more sense.
We saw very different things.
Okay, okay. Oh my god. Because I was like, wow, what a vibe. You're just running around in a nightgown, like all over London, but overcoat. Because that's like the classic outfit, right? Like the overcoat with like the long collar and stuff, right?
Right. Well, it's more of like a smoking jacket,
Okay.
which, to those who don't know, is very similar in appearance to a night robe, but rich bitches wear it.
Oh, it has like the
It's
open kind of chest deal too.
Yeah, it again. It really does look like a robe. Like you tie it like a robe,
Okay.
but it's a bit more. Uh, I guess we'll call it elegant,
Okay, okay.
and also is made to be worn outside the home as well. Look,
That makes a lot more sense. Okay.
I don't have the mustache for to wear that, so
Oh my
I
god.
haven't. But when I do
Mhm.
grow that mustache in
Mhm.
my mustache garden and put it on my
Mhm,
face,
mhm.
y'all can't stop me.
Where do mustaches come from? Anyway.
Well, my theory is that they come from fermented pubic
Oh,
hairs. Like
no.
you jar them like
Oh,
pickles,
dear
and
lord.
then somehow they congeal, and then when you pull them out, you form them like clay,
Uh-huh.
and then you just kind of
Glue it onto your
glue them
face.
onto your face.
Good.
I'm not convinced that anyone actually grows a mustache. As a man who has one, I think that someone, some evil bastard, sneaks into my house every time I get a haircut, just creeps in the middle of the night, shaves off my pubic hairs, and glues them to my face.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and accept that into my worldview. What is the phrase? Oh my
I
god.
dare y'all to prove me wrong. You can't.
Dear lord.
But yes, we can see that the Invisible Man is clothed, which does not match up with what we saw at the beginning, where he had to strip naked to be invisible.
And wears like lab coats over his smoking jackets? Can he? Unclear. But that doesn't really matter.
I mean, it doesn't, but I'm I'm grasping for
Oh,
consistency. I
yeah.
know none of it is here,
No.
but I'm just grasping at what I can, and that
Same.
was one of like the last threads that I possibly had to pull
Oh,
out,
yeah.
and then it
Yep.
snapped.
And it's like, nope, it's just completely vibes based from here on out. Yep.
I was just upset. Now there is the possibility that he does have a special set of clothes that is also invisible,
Sure.
but as a man who is constantly invisible, and most people don't have this invisible man detecting radar technology,
Hmm.
why even bother? Ass out, dick out, chest hair out, just go for it. And at this time period, the leading man always had a Persian rug of chest hair.
That is a great point. Uh,
And they stole that from me. They put that man in clothes. They made him
they
modest.
made him invisible. God, what a tragedy.
They made him invisible to my horniness, and I will not forgive them for that.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Nor should you. Nor should you really. Oh my god.
See, this is why y'all had Brexit.
What? This is like the dominoes falling from this to Brexit.
All the evidence is there.
Oh my god. Chest hair is one of those dominoes. Oh my god. British chest hair. Dear
Uh,
lord.
so we're at a point now where the Russians know that the Invisible Man is here, and that he needs to go up the gangplank. It is crucial that he enters the ship through the gangplank. But initially, he's walking around every other way, I guess looking for a way on the ship that isn't obvious.
Hmm.
But because the bad guys need him to go on the gangplank for a reason that will be revealed very soon, they tell the shipmates to lower the gangplank, which in my mind, okay, it was very important that he goes on the gangplank. So y'all didn't have the gangplank down
Hmm.
so that that was even an option for him to choose?
No.
So y'all wanted to fail. I'm just convinced that villains secretly get off on getting thwarted.
Hmm. Like your plan can't be too good.
Yeah, like actually succeeding at their plans would be like blue balling themselves. Like once they win, what's left to do? Enjoy the spoils of your victory, enjoy world domination. No, part of the game, part of the joy is that there is someone who is doing everything in their power to stop you.
Hmm.
And if you win, what's left?
Yeah. No further purpose. Damn.
I'll tell you what's left. Winning! Winning! He is dead. You never have to deal with that shit ever again. You get to live your goddamn life. But no,
Mhm.
no. We can't have it so easy. We have to play with them. We have to tell the Invisible Man what our plan is so they have a better chance of stopping us. Because if they don't actually have a chance of stopping us, then how can I come?
All part of their sick, twisted fantasies.
Someone give me a poison apple. I'll show y'all how it's done. Because y'all don't know how to do this. Y'all don't know how to capture your enemy and finish
Oh my
them.
god.
I don't get this. I really don't. But anyway, they lower the gangplank because it wasn't lowered before. The man sees the gangplank, and I guess maybe his hubris leads him to believe that he can just walk on to the ship. I understand you are invisible, but you still make sound.
Like loud footstep sounds too, right? Like
Right. They can hear you walking around. They can hear you walking onto the gangplank.
unclear.
You're not really trying to be stealthy, so
Mhm.
it seemed like he was just maybe a bit overconfident
Yeah.
or didn't realize
Yeah.
how loud he is. Is he deaf? Was that part of it? Is he deaf?
I I think he's just super overconfident because this like always just works out for him is my sense. Which like fair. It does seem to usually work out for him, right?
Yeah, yeah. Now we quickly find out why it was so important that he went up the gangplank specifically. And that's because they have prepared the most ingenious trap that anyone has ever created. Truly the result of Russian
Mhm.
experiments.
Mhm.
Absolute genius. Victor, can you describe? I know this is going to be hard because it was so
Yeah,
advanced
yeah.
and utilized so many quantum theories that my brain is just basically melting right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Um, can you describe? Do your best to describe what this trap was?
Yeah, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Um rope net.
Oh, is that a kind of like a electric invisible tracking net
Yeah,
that
yeah.
flies around and then entraps the Invisible Man, shocks him so that he can't move, and then they have him.
Right.
That's how it worked,
Like
right?
a wild animal in a rope net just dropped from above like a cartoon. Absolutely incredible. Oh my god.
The net was so big. It was
It
so big.
was.
And this man did not see it. He
No,
is walking up a ramp. He has to be looking up a little bit. If you just glanced upward,
you could see it.
peeked, give a little snide look upwards, you can't miss it. But somehow he did.
Well, it's like a ship, so there's a bunch of rope everywhere, maybe, or something, I guess. No, no
Victor,
excuses.
stop. Stop. You were trying.
We
I
can't have consistency,
admire
right?
you
Like,
so
no,
much.
absolutely not.
I already told you. The threads of consistency have all been snapped.
Absolutely.
They've all been discarded. You're trying to mend them back
Yep,
together.
nope.
It's a futile effort, but I
Oh
admire it.
my
I
god.
admire it so much.
No hope.
So they drop this incredibly advanced net onto the man. He gets trapped and starts screaming, "Help! Help! It's Barry! It's the Invisible Man! They got me! Help! 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 Please! It's the Invisible Man! Help! Help!"
Like he's just saying this continuously, right? He just keeps yelling through the like next minute and a half.
Because his identity is not a
Right.
secret. He's just screaming that. He does not care because the Russians are like, okay, well, we can't shut him up, but maybe the sounds of the ship are so loud that no one will hear him.
Mm-hmm.
Put him in the hold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so y'all know who he
Right.
is. So if y'all really wanted him, y'all could have just gone and got him in the lab. Again, villains making these overcomplicated ass plans.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, it's unnecessary.
Yep.
We can go back to the classics. Just a rope net.
Mm-hmm. It worked fine, actually. Oh my god. Like, and the very funny camera shot of like just the empty rope net kind of like twitching around.
I did really enjoy that effect. I thought that was funny.
Right.
But it also looked like there was enough room where he could have gotten himself out if he
Yes.
stopped struggling
Yes.
and just slowed down. But I understand he's panicking. But actually, no, I don't understand. I thought you were a special agent. Why is this like such a horrible
Defeats you.
situation
Oh
for
my
you? You
god.
can't get out of a net?
Unclear.
You had the confidence to walk loudly, stomping up this gangplank with
Mhm.
your balls out, but you can't calm down to get out of a
Nope,
net.
absolutely not. Oh my god.
Just so everyone knows, this is a very victim blame positive podcast. If you allow yourself to be trapped in a net by walking directly into what is essentially the front door of the villain's lair, you do not earn sympathy.
Mhm. Mhm. Oh my god. Not here. Not on this podcast.
I have never felt bad once in my life when Daphne got kidnapped on Scooby Doo because these dumbass kids, these
Wandering
dumbass
around.
children, wandering the fuck around, walking straight into the front door of haunted castles, and then are like,
Mhm.
oh no, they got Daphne. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, they got Daphne. They deserve to get Daphne. Daphne deserved to get got.
Mhm. Every time. Oh my god.
I love Scooby Doo. I
Yes.
want to also make that very clear. I am a Scooby Doo fan. I love a Scooby Doo. But those kids deserved it every single time. Those kids should have died 50 times over.
Mhm.
All right, I'm going to calm down. I'm going to calm down. Oh, okay. So the man is being lowered into the hold. They have captured the invisible man. Now we cut back to the dock. Sophie.
Sonia.
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 Yeah, that's your name, girl. Sonia arrives at the dock and is like, I need to get onto that boat. But the boat is actually being prepped to leave because now they got the man. They don't need anything else. Um, the officer's like, well, I don't know if you can do that. And then she pushes past and runs because the shipmates are trying to lift the gangplank and put it back on the ship. Or not on the ship. Actually, I don't know if the gangplank goes on the ship. They're moving the gangplank somewhere else. But she's begging and pleading, please let me on the ship. And the not Russian bad guy is like, let her on the ship. We should not be delayed. Just let her on the ship.
Mm.
So the captain comes out and says, yeah, girl, you can get on the ship. So she gets on. And while she's getting on the boat, the officer that has been popping up here and there throughout the episode overhears that she was calling to be let on the ship so that she could see her husband, Mr. Vasa. And he recognized the name Vasa. I think from when Dee mentioned it earlier.
Okay.
If not from that, I don't understand how he recognizes that name if he didn't know about the escape attempts from the newspaper.
Okay. This is like a lot more plot than I got. So you're on your own for this piece.
Victor, this is a two-person podcast. I just want to remind you of that.
Correct. I need to pull my own weight.
I can't, it can't just be me paying attention to the plot of the episode. It can't, do you see what's happening?
I missed this connection completely. I was like, I don't know, just things are happening.
You understand the tangents I go on when I have nothing else to say. We can't make an entire show about that. I need your help. I need it so bad. But fine. I'll carry the show on my big fat cock.
Oh my
I'll
God.
carry it. I'll carry it like those shampoo bottles of the Instagram models. I'll carry it, God damn it. So we're cut back to the ship. Sophia gets taken down to Stefan's cell. Or is it just a room?
Cell. There are prison bars, right?
Were there prison bars?
I
I do
thought there
remember that
were.
there didn't seem to be any windows, so I assumed it was a cell,
Yeah.
because otherwise that seemed pretty cruel.
Okay. I thought so.
So she's taken down to Stefan's cell, and lo and behold, non-Russian bad guy pulls a gun on them. And she's like, what? You said I could have Stefan back. The Invisible Man is here, so why do you have to keep me? Ah! And he basically says, like, we ain't stopping for nothing.
Right.
We need to leave. It's like, but, oh no, you betrayed the Invisible Man, so you're probably going to betray us next. Which, you know what? Fair.
Hmm.
Fair. I think it's fair. Again, we are a victim blaming podcast here. Fuck that bitch. And Victor agrees, don't you, Victor?
She made some bad decisions about who to trust here. So, I don't know.
Yes, we believe in
Oh
misogyny, and it's
no.
good.
We do not believe in misogyny on this podcast. Jesus.
Oh,
Ugh.
okay. So now the couple is locked in that
Mhm.
cell, and we cut down to the hold where the Invisible Man has been lowered. The man I refer to as Small Bad Guy, who is the one who invented the radar
Mhm.
device, gets down there with his harem of men, his harem of sweaty,
Sailor men.
sweater clad, hopefully hairy sailormen, in order to take care of the Invisible Man in whichever way they can come up with.
God.
And I hope that way is sexy. It wasn't. So they tried to get him out of the net,
Like, why though,
but the
right?
Invisible Man starts to whoop
Right?
ass.
Like,
And
what?
this,
Why did they need to take him out of the net? He's already in the net. Like, why can't they just move the net around? Unclear.
I guess because they wanted to like rough him up and torture
I
him,
see.
but I thought it was made clear earlier that it was okay if he was just returned in a box. So it shouldn't matter if he's dead. Y'all could have like they could have just shot him in the
Right?
net.
Yes.
But I guess because he's invisible, maybe they thought they might
Oh my
miss.
god.
But even though he's invisible, again, he's not non
Right.
corporeal. He still has
Right.
weight, he still has form. You can see that he's in the net. Just aim at the
Right.
net, shoot a couple
Right.
times. You'll
Unclear.
hit him.
Oh my god. But yeah, so they undo the net for some goddamn reason.
They undo the net, and the man gets free and starts whooping ass because, of course, they can't see him, which makes it hard to
Yes.
fight. Wow, who could have
Oh my
guessed?
god.
Um, but once he gets out the net, small Russian bad guy says, "Block the doors. He can't possibly get out." Which, you know what, would be not necessarily a bad plan. I would suggest the same shit. Make sure he can't leave.
Mhm.
But later on, that seems to have been pointless.
Right.
We'll get there. Now, in the meantime, the Invisible Man has managed to climb onto a pile of what appears to be sandbags.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, it was like I thought it was like maybe grain bags or something. Sandbags make sense.
It could also be grain bags, but he just starts picking them up and chucking them at these guys. Now, the sandbags are clearly being lifted by wires and launched at these
Yes.
men. But, you know, this is also the point where I was questioning whether or not he had other powers.
Yes.
Like, does he have super
Yes.
strength or super endurance? Because he was just chucking these bags like halfway across this fairly
Yeah.
large room.
These are like fully like 4 foot long like bags, like real big, and he's just like throwing them in like in arcs at people, and it's like, damn. Like, yeah, if this was sand, if this was grain, this is like heavy, right? But no, sure, why not?
But what made it extra hilarious to me is that he would throw the bag, nail a guy in the
Yes.
face, and then another guy would come up. He would throw a bag, nail the guy in the face. Another guy would come up like a fucking
One
assembly
at a
line.
time.
Like, after a certain point, everyone just wanted their turn
Right.
just to prove, like, I was involved.
Right. I helped.
We cut outside of the boat. The boat is leaving the dock, finally. Oh no, the boat is finally leaving.
Mhm.
We have to hurry up and get off this boat. Or, in the case of the bad guys, we need to get out to the
Sea?
Thames, to the ocean, to the sea.
Ocean? Unclear. They need to get out somewhere.
Right, right. They just need to get out somewhere. We immediately cut back to the hold where they still can't find the man.
Mm-hmm.
The small Russian man is still confident in that he'll be able to get him, but surprise, the Invisible Man has twisted one of the seaman's arms. Wow, that sounds dirty. Twisted one of the sailor's arms. Ah, there we
There you
go.
go.
PG. Fires off his gun, which I don't know enough about these guns if they only have one bullet, and that's why he thought that was necessary. But he fires off the gun, takes out that guy, and then just pushes open the door and leaves. So the doors weren't even locked. But when the man leaves and closes the door is locked. So the small Russian guy is trapped inside. So they could have locked the doors.
They just chose not to.
Maybe they were only able to lock the doors from the outside.
Sure, why not? Oh my god. Homeboy is also just killing people, which is also crazy. Like
Is he killing people or is he just knocking them out?
I thought at first it was like knocking them out, but like he shoots somebody with his own gun, right? Like, damn.
Wait, what? Wait, did he?
Did he just take the gun away from him and like hit him with it?
So what I remember is that he twisted the guy's arm and then just fired the gun
Oh,
off into the like top left corner of the
yeah.
room.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't think he actually hit anyone because I think this show is still supposed to be like family
I
friendly. But
see.
again, like
Like you can't
people getting
you can't
shot was not
actually
not family friendly
yeah.
in the
Yeah,
60s.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh my god. But they get knocked out, all of them. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're knocked out. I think this is like a Pokemon situation where you never kill
Right.
Pokemon. They just get knocked down conscious
Yeah.
until they, die and make a Pokemon graveyard.
Right.
But we only talk about that when we need to be edgy or when we need to sell merch,
Mm.
which Pokemon Company, I need you to keep making Ghost Pokemon merch because that shit is cute. I'm a Litwick Chandelier fan.
Oh, mhm.
And yes, I will take a real life interpretation of a chandelier. I have nowhere to
Oh my
put it,
god.
but I'll buy it. I'll buy it. I'm easy.
Learn how to like mount it from the ceiling. Oh my god.
I'll mount it on my porch. I don't care.
There you go. There you go.
So we cut back from the hold to the Port of London Authority, where the officer that we've been seeing throughout this entire episode arrives to talk to his superior. I don't think this guy ever gets a name or a title.
Nope. He's just the policeman guy, right?
Yeah, he's just some police guy. I assume he's like the head of the police department, but I don't know how England
Nope.
works. So the officer tells the superior about Sonia getting on the ship but never coming back. And the superior thinks like, "Oh, do you think that she's being held hostage?" And the officer goes, "Well, it's a possibility. I don't know. Is there any way we can stop the ship?" And the superior's like, "Well, there's no authority we have to stop the ship, but we can make some calls."
Mm-hmm.
So the superior gets on the phone and calls up the Russians on the boat. And he asks, "Hey, is Sonia Vasa on that boat? And is she there willingly? And I need to talk to her."
Mm.
And so they go and grab Sonia from the holding cell and bring her up. Sonia gets on the phone and basically says, "Oh yeah, I'm here willingly. I'm trying to go home." And then the superior's like, "Oh, cool beans," and just hangs up.
Right. Like they just leave her. I also did find it very funny that they're like, we'd like to identify you. Like, what's your name, hair color, eye color, and
Yes.
hotel room? And it's like,
Yes.
there we go. We have confirmed your identity. And it's like, what? Over the phone?
So what you're telling me, you don't know what this woman sounds like. You have never met her
Right.
before. If a woman had picked up the phone and just knew all those details about her
Uh-huh.
and repeated them to you,
Uh-huh.
you would have been like, "Oh, yeah, that's Sonia."
Right. Crazy. It was a different time. Maybe not that different of a time, right? Like, I don't know.
I was about to say that people had so much belief in human honesty in the 60s, but I know that's not true.
No.
They were just stupid.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They were just silly billies who thought that they could just ask someone some questions and why would you tell a fib? Why wouldn't you tell the
Right.
truth? What reason would you have to do that?
Oh my
Crime?
god. Who would go on the internet and tell lies? Oh my god.
Oh, Victor, I would never do
Never,
that.
ever.
Do you?
Absolutely not. Truthful as the day is long.
Give me your Twitter login and I'll verify.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, bitch.
Uh-huh.
Lying
Oh
asshole.
my god.
So cut back. The Invisible Man has found Stefan's cell. And a man who I have in my notes as Sweater Twink brings down Sonia to Stefan's cell. And the man knocks him the fuck out. And so he's like, "Oh, the Invisible Man, you're here. You're actually here to save us. Oh my, thank you so much. I know I betrayed you, but, oopsies."
Yeah. Like, just no consequences for that.
these people in general, are not bitter enough for me.
Right.
Y'all aren't petty enough for
Not
me.
at all.
The absolute way I would abuse those invisible powers to make sure that she never sleeps well ever
Oh my
again.
god.
Y'all heard about paralysis demons? Oh no, I'm just there. I'm real.
Your personal sleep paralysis demon. Oh my god.
Every time she walks in a room, I tip something over and break it.
Mm-hmm. The worst cat. Oh my god. Invisible cat.
Every time you pour a glass of water, it suddenly tips over. Every time a family member visits, they get a surprise slap on the face, and you're blamed. I would never let that shit
Oh my
go.
god. Yep.
But the Invisible Man, Mr. Barry, a very kind and forgiving man.
Mm-hmm.
A man that I do not want to be. I don't want any of that. I want to harm the ones who wronged me. And I will put this on this podcast where it will go out on the internet so that everyone knows that.
Consider yourself warned, everybody else. Oh god.
Y'all so lucky. See, now it's starting to make so much more sense why the Invisible Woman is my favorite member of the Fantastic Four.
Is she petty like that?
I don't know.
I
Actually,
hope
okay,
she
no,
is.
she's a very awesome, kind lady.
I would like her to be.
She would never do that. But I'm just imagining if I had her powers and the force field shit, the mischief, the creative ways to kill. There was a point where she put a force field around, I think it was Wolverine's heart, so that he would.
What?
His heart would stop beating.
Oh my god.
It's that kind of shit. I would put a force field around just one of your toes so that you would have to hobble everywhere.
Oh my god.
It wouldn't be enough to kill you, but it'd be enough to drive you mad. I'm just following in my villainous forefathers and foremothers and for non-binaries because non-binaries can be bastards too.
You heard it here first.
Just explaining my plan publicly so everyone knows. Because what are you going to do? Stop me? Okay, sure. Yeah,
I'd
right.
like to see you try. Good, good.
So the Invisible Man has saved these two people who deserve worse. And his first suggestion is that they will have to swim for it. And I believe Stefan says, she can't, it's too far, referring to Sonia can't swim that far. Nigga, you are the one who was busted and bruised and limping. What do you mean she can't make it? She can take those shoes off.
So they have to get to shore, right? They can't swim because of Sonia, of course.
Yeah, it's Sonia's fault, not Stefan's.
Right.
Because he couldn't just get into that damn car when he had the chance. It's Sonia's fault. I mean, okay, yeah, this whole betrayal shit is on her, but she didn't get you on the boat.
Oh my god.
So because Sonia, I guess, can't swim that far, the man says, okay, fine, we're going to have a different plan. Y'all need to get up to the deck. He doesn't explain any further. Just get up to the deck. Cut to the steering room. The bad guys are trying to get out of this city as fast as fucking possible because they're trying to make sure that there is no way that they can get off the boat. Because if they try to swim, they're going to be too far out to make it back to shore. And at least they won't be able to report them to the authorities, is my assumption. So there is a mechanism in the steering room where it looks like you ring a bell and that tells the engineer to change the speed of the boat?
Yes, I think that's right. There's a little crank wheel thing with a bell sound.
Right.
And then the engineer knows to go faster or slower because they don't have windows in the engineering room.
I think that's how it works. And so one of the bad guys rings the bell to tell the engineer to go full speed. But then the bell on its own rings again. And so the engineer thinks, okay, so we're supposed to go to full stop. And so it goes full stop. But the bad guy rings it again. And the engineer's like, okay, full speed. But then it rings again invisibly. Yes. And now the engineer's like, okay, what the fuck's going on up there? Do you want me to go full speed? Do you want me to stop? What the fuck do you want? And the bad guy is struggling with the bell. He's like, oh no, the bell is working on its own. And someone with a brain cell finally realizes, wait, the Invisible Man, he's here! And start going mad. And the Invisible Man, I guess, again, starts whooping ass.
Mhm.
Something that I had a problem with in this scene is that, unlike every other scene, where they have a very clear awareness that the Invisible Man takes up space. Like you said before, like the way the scenes are framed as if they're talking to someone, but there's no one
Mhm.
there. In the net, it was very clear that something was in there, even if I was doubtful that it was man shaped.
Mhm.
At least you could tell like there was something taking up space. It was not clear for most of this, I guess you could call it a fight
Mhm.
scene, where the Invisible Man was,
No.
how big he
No.
was, and if he was actually non corporeal. At times, it seems like people flew right through him and then he was there and was punching the
You're
shit out of
right,
them.
and, like, there's, like, 6 or 7 bad guys in this scene, and the camera angle is, like, not that big, and theoretically, the Invisible Man has to be somewhere in there, right? Is this kind of what you're getting at? Where it's like, where
Right, right.
Mhm.
I lost where the man was supposed to be. Like
Yes.
part of what should make this scene interesting is that yes, they don't know where the man is because they can't see him, but it should still be intentional of where he actually is so that it makes sense when someone gets knocked the fuck out that he was there. Oh, but now he's over there? How did he get over there? Does he have super speed? Does he have super strength? Cuz he is really taking these guys
Yes.
out.
I agree with you completely. This is if like the show has done so much effort into like keeping this point on track. Like, yeah, you got to keep track here with the fight scenes, and like I also don't think it's there in this one because it's very chaotic. I think.
Yeah, I appreciate the attempt at a chaotic scene, but I think they dropped the ball there, and the key was just having, from a production point of view, this is where the man
Mm-hmm.
is,
Mm-hmm.
and keeping track of that and keeping that to making
Mm-hmm.
sense. But you know, I admire the
Yes.
attempt.
Yes.
So the man, I guess, gets bored with knocking teeth out of these guys' faces and grabs the wheel of the ship and tries to crash it into the
Uh-huh.
dock, which there are people on the dock.
Yes. Yes.
So I guess he wasn't lying about how he doesn't care that much about individual lives.
As he like run like because there's some real close calls with like a bunch of people like I guess working on the dock and stuff, just chilling there.
Yeah, because they grab a hold of the wheel and try to turn it, but I guess the Invisible Man grabs a hold of it again and starts steering the boat towards like a smaller boat with people actively working on
Hmm.
it. Also, I don't know enough about these ships, but this ship can turn on a dime.
It really can. I do not think this is accurate for how like how much like distance it needs for a ship to, like this to turn. It feels like it is making some real close calls that it should not have escaped.
Again, I feel like they were operating under the rule of
Yes.
cool, but that only goes so far. Personally, I don't think it's really cool that a boat can turn like that because that is horrifying. That is a massive piece of construction
Yes.
work.
Well, I think also like it gets you to extend the scene by about a minute and a half while you're like, "Oh, are you gonna hit this? Oh, you're not. Oh, are you gonna hit this other thing? Oh, you're not." So like that went on a little long, but I think to be like special effects, cool. Let's use the budget.
So they do actually end up crashing the boat into the
Mm-hmm.
dock. And at this moment, the man yells to the couple who has now made it to the deck to go and jump. And so they jump off the side and conveniently land
Yes.
on like something. It looked like a tarp, but it was soft enough for them to land
Yeah.
on.
Oh my god.
Incredibly
Yep.
convenient, but good for them. They run off, and the man's like, I'll meet y'all later. Cut back to the Strathmore Hotel. I guess we're just letting the Russians go.
Yep. No consequences for them. That's fine.
But the couple are waiting in their hotel room with the man who is on the phone with Sir Charles. You can see the phone just hovering in the middle of the screen.
Yeah.
Love it. Absolutely love it. The man tells Stefan that he has permission to stay, so he successfully escaped Eastern
Mhm.
Europe. Good for
Right.
now. And now the Invisible Man has to leave. Again, the Invisible Man, in my opinion, is too quick to forgive. He is not petty enough for me.
Uh-huh.
I think he deserves to at least break 5 vases in that room. Actually, wait, no, it's not their room, it's a
Yeah,
hotel
yeah,
room.
yeah. He can still mess up their stuff, right? He can still, like, rip their clothes and stuff.
Exactly. He has 5 minutes to open their suitcases and have his way with them.
And just, like, pour toothpaste all over everything or something.
Toothpaste, liquor, urine, everything. Throw in some of those mustache pubes.
The possibilities are truly endless.
Now the man is saying his goodbye. He gets back into the elevator where the same woman and her dog from before are there. And they're still, she's still kind of shaken up, like, oh, well, I'm going mad, I guess. And she says, I think it's going to rain today. And then the Invisible Man, the fucking bastard he
Right.
is, says, oh, I hope not. She turns to greet him, sees no one, and has a complete mental breakdown in this elevator. And what do the couple outside do?
They just
Have a good
right.
laugh and walk off like a sitcom ending.
Oh my god. Incredible. Like, haha, silly old woman. Like, what the fuck?
It's insane!
Oh, just no sympathy for the woman. It's like, what is happening?
I mean, this is the same woman who said, yeah, I'll give you this invisible dude from my husband. I understand she was desperate. She really loved this
Hmm.
guy. But if she could do that,
Right.
like, what else is she capable
What
of?
else truly in that soul of hers?
And that brings us to the end of the episode.
Yay.
Yay!
Oh my god.
So, dear watchers, at the end of every episode, we like to ask a couple of questions. As you might have noticed, we never seem to ask the same questions. I don't know why, but that's not gonna stop now. So, Victor, first question. If you were invisible, who would you kill first?
Oh my god. Oh. Do I have to think about this? Oh my god. If I was invisible, I think um I'm not really a prank type of person. I feel like maybe
Well, I
this is a
mean, murder isn't really a prank, but okay.
right. I feel like maybe this is more of like a take things like a theft kind of situation if I had to say things.
Mmm.
So I would say that's kind of my jam. Like let's get some nice stuff for around the house, you know. I'll flip it back on you. What's your answer? If you're invisible, what who would you kill? Oh my god.
All right, so you chickened out.
I
That's
sure
great.
did.
My answer is very
Uh-huh.
easy. It's Chuck Entertainment Cheese. That
The rascal
dumbass
himself.
mouse
Oh god.
stole so many tokens from me in games of chance that I had no chance of
Mhm.
winning because those games were
Mhm.
rigged. I don't have any proof, but you don't need proof to be angry. Look at the internet.
Right? You can believe exactly what you want.
I would sneak into that location wherever he actually lives because we know he lives in Chuck E. Cheese. That's canon.
Mhm. Mhm.
Sneak in there, tie him to a chair, and slowly pull out each whisker one by one. And as he screams for sweet release, all I will do is pour molten mozzarella pizza cheese, created from the same vat of cheese powder and sorrow that every meal served in that goddamn horrible place is made from, into his mouth until his throat is scorched and burned and unrepairably damaged. Because I wanted that Hot Wheels set, and I didn't get that Hot Wheels set because you didn't spit out enough tickets for me to get that goddamn Hot Wheels set.
Was this like with the track and the cars too?
Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
damn. Damn.
Yes! It had the twin-headed dragon and
Oh,
everything.
shit. Okay. It's personal now.
So yes, that is my perfectly sensible action that I would take if I were invisible.
It's important to have hobbies.
Is that what you think about me? Is that you think I'm just plotting revenge plans in my free
Actually,
time?
yes.
You're absolutely
yes,
correct.
100% yes.
Well, see, you're correct, but that is so rude.
It sure is.
To bring it up.
Oh my god.
The point of a revenge plot is that it's secret, so that when it's carried out, it causes maximum harm. And you're ruining my plan, and as my friend, I thought you would look out for me like that, but clearly I'm wrong.
Clearly
I'm wrong.
I can't be trusted with your revenge plans.
It's so sad.
Tragedy.
It's so sad.
It's tragedy.
All right. Second question. What was your favorite way that they showed the Invisible Man? And by that I mean like how they would like frame him or have like the cigarette in his mouth. What was your favorite gag they had?
Honestly, it might have been like I don't know the lore behind this, but like the bandages around his head and like you can watch him like talk through the bandages. Like that is such like a vibe of something. I don't know what, but like that is kind of hilarious. I think like again, so many good effects in this episode, but like the cigarette is really good. Like the spinning like hotel ledger is really good. The net is mostly just very funny. But I think it's the head bandage. And watching him talk through the head bandage, I think, is my favorite part. How about yourself?
I think honestly my favorite is the sandbag throwing from the cargo hold.
That is really goofy.
Yeah, honestly, not because of like, oh wow, it's invisible, but they use wires to toss it. No, it's really and truly how a gaggle of seamen, a gaggle of sailors, formed a line and said, "Hit me, ah,
pummeled.
Hit me, ah, hit me, ah, hit me, ah," and no one at any point thought to stop.
Absolutely not.
I think I enjoyed that the most.
Amazing.
That was the most pleasurable part of viewing this episode. And with that said, that brings us to the end of this episode of Must Be Free TV. Thank you for watching, watchers. We will see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. And this is an outro song.